So this might be a stupid question, but I know that like many people call themselves developer. I think you even have that on your LinkedIn profile that you're a developer. But
Yep.
I think also some people call themselves computer engineers. Like when I was studying, I was studying IT and computer engineering. Is there any difference
Yeah,
between being a computer engineer and a developer?
definitely. So there's a few different branches of it all. Like there's systems type stuff, which is what I do, and I can try to define that better. In university, there's kind of two core branches I see. One is like computer engineering and software engineering, or computer science. And even within that, there's some distinction. So computer engineering would more generally focus on like how you actually build the physical aspects of a computer, like the microarchitecture, the silicon, like how you actually build a computer in the physical
Mm-hmm.
world in terms of what components exist, the electrical engineering aspects, um, and the computer science and software engineering side of it is mostly focused on, okay, well now you have this silicon and you have this hardware. How do you actually make it do useful things in terms of like building software like we're using today to make a call, right? Um, and there's a lot of crossover between all of that. So like there is software that is written, or there is code that's written on hardware that's a little harder to interact
Yeah.
with and deal with. That's more lower level to make the hardware actually function. Something like a webcam, for example, would be what we'd call maybe an embedded device. So it's a small piece of circuitry in there, but it has some special bits of software in there as well to like, make this useful for us today. Um, so there's some overlap there. And then within computer science, you have software engineering, which is tries to focus a little more on the practical side of things around like uh, building bigger software structures. So for example, in computer science, you might study certain algorithms and how to make them most optimally, maybe find some object in a huge array of objects or something, right? That's like an algorithmic problem. Um, where okay, well, you can do that all day, but how do you actually turn writing code like that into, something like a video chat application, or an app, or a website, or banking software, or any other type of software we use? Um, so those are kind of the three, at least the way I see it, distinctions there. What I work on is called systems engineering, which is how when you build these software systems, like you've built the software, let's say, or you're in the process of building it, how do you actually architect everything to connect to one another, to reliably work as a system? So, for example, like end to end right now, we're having a video call, right? So, how do you make that video call actually low latency, reliable? How do you get everything showing up on time, synchronized without loss? There's a lot of software and systems working together in terms of how you actually architect your application, right? If all of Zoom was running on one computer, wouldn't really work very well, right? That's the very simple sense, but there's many different ways you can structure where the software runs and how it talks to other parts of the software that's needed to run to make it more robust. And so the focus of my work is kind of writing software with that focus of like how do we actually build this thing, whatever it is, to fit together nicely and reliably and make it something that works well for our customers and also for us, so we don't have to be putting out fires all the time.